lots of work being done by everybody to get things going. The cars are not at the start line yet, but they will be shortly. I want to thank our sponsors to begin with: Anderson Auto Tech in Broken Bow, Mills Hardware and Feed in Arnold, Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers, OneQuest Incorporated. Those are our gold sponsors. Our silver sponsors: Reed's Food Center, Trumbull Repair and Towing, Rain Dance Repair, Trotter Service and Trotter Woe and Go, Grazer's Bar and Grill, Punchy Poppy, A1 Auto Repair, the Highlander, Callaway District Hospital, along with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, and we have many other sponsors we're going to be telling you about as we go along here. Let's see if we can get connected out there with Larry Cotner. Larry, what's happening out there?
Well, good morning, Dave. Nothing right now. We're waiting for the vehicle start to line up here after a little bit and get ready to roll. I was going to be talking with Bub Rodocker here a little bit ago, but Bub had to go kind of check on.
All right. Unfortunately, we're losing Larry out there, so we may have to hook up a line mic again here today. We had that trouble last year, and Jeremy and the crew have been scrambling here to get everybody ready with the video. Let's thank our video sponsors right now, DeKalb and Asgrow. Those the Sork official sponsors. Let's thank those: DeKalb and Asgrow, Viera Wireless, Great Plains Communications, South Loop Seed and Pioneer, 444 Racing, RT Green, Hanging MWT and Exotics, Hornady, Optima Batteries, and Pinnacle Bank. Those are your Sork official sponsors. You'll find those in the program if you pick up a program at the Community Center in Arnold. And we want to thank those folks. They support Sork. Also, our video broadcast sponsors, for those of you watching and listening: High Street Insurance and Financial Services, Mills Hardware and Feed, Aero Aviation, Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers, Nebraska State Bank, Fairder Auto Parts, Trotter Service and Trotter's Woe and Go, First State Insurance, Broken Bow Auto Parts, Punchy Poppy, A1 Auto Repair, Power Solutions, Cobblestone Hotel and Suites, Callaway District Hospital, along with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, and Govier Brothers Mortuary, along with the Arnold and Mullen Funeral Homes. Also, some bronze sponsors on the radio: Fixed Right Auto Body, Arnold Insurance Agency, South Loop Community Pharmacy, First State Insurance, Hunter's Towing Repair, and State Farm Insurance. So those are some of the sponsors making everything possible here today, both on the radio, the video, and with the Sork organization. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We'll be back in just 60 seconds.
If you have a need for elderly care that includes memory support, Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow is the solution. They believe that an active life is a nurturing experience. Visit QualitySeniorVillages.com to learn more or to contact them about available rooms.
Thank you.
Warning lights and duct tape can only get you so far. Let Power Solutions LLC keep you rolling and the duct tape in the toolbox where it belongs. Stop out and schedule your repair with their diesel mechanics. 2 miles east of Broken Bow, Nebraska on Highway 2, Power Solutions LLC. Give them a call, 308-872-5522, 308-872-5522.
63 degrees here at our studios at KCNI KBBN Radio. Again, we begin our coverage of the Sandhills Open Road Challenge. They get ready for the first big event of the season as we get ready to bring you coverage of the Loop-to-Loop race. Dave Burney and Larry Cotner there. Dave, a quick question from here at the studio. I know we've had some fog issues around the area as we got up this morning. What are things looking like there? Is that causing a problem at all?
Well, that's a great question, Brent, because we did drive through some pretty heavy patches of fog that we drove through on the way up here. But when we arrived in Halsey, there was just some very light fog, and I really don't think at this point anybody thinks that's going to hold anything up. But it was pretty soupy on Highway 2 in spots. It would clear out, and then we would find ourselves in good shape. So good question. I don't think it's a factor so far today, as last year you might remember, Brent, where we were delayed till about, I think, 10:30 or so. So yeah, we are fortunate there. As a matter of fact, our first car is pulling up, getting ready to get to the start line, and more cars are coming in here. And so we're trying to get situated with our line mic so we can get Larry hooked back up. This same thing. There's some interference right there, I think, that's causing a problem because Larry's not that far away, but we'll get him hooked up so he can describe the action for us when the cars get started there as they're reeling out line. Brent, you've been down this road before.
Oh, yes, many times.
So we're kind of getting organized here. Jack White is here. Cadence Feldman is running our video switcher. Hi, Cadence. Jeremy Shipe is running around doing all sorts of things, and Jack is going to be running a camera, and they're getting some more mic cable out so that they can get Larry just a little closer to the action, and everything is really good. We're going to start with the 80-mile-per-hour class, and I think there's a large number of cars that are going to be participating in this. So this is the grid that we have before us today, and a large number of cars. Brent, you also know that the loop-to-loop has become more popular every year. More and more cars are wanting in. They love this curvy road between Halsey and Purdom. And oh, by the way, I want to let everybody know that I realized that I am in Halsey. I had several locals yesterday, or I should say today when I got here, say, do you know where you are? Do you know what school you're in? Yesterday and the day before, for some reason, I got Thedford Halsey stuck in my head and used Thedford instead of Halsey, so my apologies. And yesterday was thanking this school, the Halsey Elementary School, for everything they do for us. And they have rolled out the red carpet again this year. So we are very, very pleased to be working with Halsey Schools here, and my apologies, but thank you so much for everything you do for us. They had pancakes this morning, and they had all sorts of other good things going on, and student volunteers running around, and everything always looks clean and great here at the elementary school. So let's see if Larry is ready to go out there. We've got a mic to Larry. Are you hooked up now, Larry?
Well, I think so. Oh, yes, I am. Definitely so. And I got to remember to keep this mic a little bit further down because it is directly with you instead of through the microwaves and all that good stuff. So
well, I think that's part of our problems is the interference here with some radios and so forth. So we got you hooked up direct now. Looks like we have a car at the start line.
Yeah, we've got car 465 is already getting up there close. And I'm going to see here in a minute if we can get Bub Rodocker over here to talk with us. He had to go up at the last second kind of check and see. I'll see if I can get his attention here in a minute or so, and we can get him to talk a little bit about it. But it sounds like we are going to get started on time. You and I weren't sure about that when we were driving up here.
Just a little past 8:30, and all the cars are lining up here in front of the Halsey School, and they are ready to go. Everything is working great. And yeah, we're set to go. We want to thank everybody for all their efforts to make this happen. Larry, it's actually kind of cool out this morning.
You know, there was a breeze that picked up here just a little bit ago, and I didn't mind it. It's made it a little chilly, and I don't know if that's going to be good on my voice here this morning or not, but what we did know is it was going to blow that fog away and make that a little bit better in the fact that, yes, we can deal with overcast skies, but as long as we don't have fog. And by the way, I've got Bub coming up here, Bub Rodocker. Bub, we were just talking about the weather, and it cleared off just in time for this.
Yeah, it did, and kind of got a little overcast skies, and feels pretty cool. Everybody's in a good mood.
Talk a little bit about how many cars are going to be here again this year, 13th year, and it just seems to continue to grow.
Yeah, I think we're up to 120 this year, which would be the most we've had.
We were looking through the grid here a little bit ago, and we see we got a new class, only three vehicles in it, but it's the 83-mile-per-hour vintage. Of course, every car here is vintage, so explain the vintage part.
So it's just the guys that don't use GPS, and they're still doing all their times on stopwatches.
And, of course, a lot of people... And as I was telling you on the way up here, I know some coworkers of mine that we'd probably be one of those guys using the stopwatches. But a lot of everybody else has kind of embraced that. But there's some cost to that.
Yeah, a stopwatch is pretty cheap versus a high-tech GPS system.
Talk a little bit about some of the activities that go along with this today. Of course, there's the race on up, and that's your main contention for the day, but there's also some side events with this.
Yeah, you have the volunteers have a dinner. We feed the volunteers at the community building in Halsey after the fact, and then everybody's got to get back to Arnold for more drivers meetings down there. So it's a full day for sure.
And speaking of the volunteers, you get them from all over the place.
Yes, they come from all over, and it wouldn't happen without volunteers and the fire and EMS.
Bub, not going to slow you down anymore. Let's get this thing started.
Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, Bub Rodacher with the Loop-to-Loop race, and we're not very far from getting underway here, Dave.
All right, Larry, we're going to take a 30-second break just in case we don't want to take a 60. They might start on us. 30-second break, and we'll come right back.
Don't let falling behind on your spraying affect your yield. Now is the time to book fungicide and insecticide applications on corn and soybeans with Aero Aviation. Not only can you fight disease, but you can improve plant health at the same time, increasing yields. Easily control insects like grasshoppers, rootworms, beetles, and western bean cutworms with the help of Aero Aviation. Call Casey, Melissa, or Kim with Aero Aviation at 308-872-5113 to talk about your options.
8:35 the time. You're listening to live coverage of the Sandhills Open Road Challenge on KCNI and KBBN Radio. Let's go back to Dave Burney.
And let's go back out to Larry Cotner. Looks like they're getting close, Larry.
Yeah, Bub's about ready to pull the parking cone. Matter of fact, he just now did pull the parking cone, and we are under the clock to go here in the 80-mile-per-hour class. Up first today is Jared Beam and Debbie Beam. They are in a gray 2012 Chevy Camaro, car number 485.
And they are excited to be back from Topeka, Kansas, competing in the Sandhills Open Road Challenge with their 2012 Chevy Camaro. They refer to Sork as marriage therapy. At 120 miles per hour, this is their therapy, and they'll focus on the driving and having some fun. Each year, it kind of refreshes them to come back here to the Sandhills.
Nothing like getting your mind really back in sync after an 80-mile drive on curvy roads in the Sandhills of Nebraska that you rarely drive. Car 302 is up next. This is Chad Smith and Donna Smith in a yellow 2013 Ford Mustang Boss 302. That's also the name of the car, 302.
Chad Smith and Donna out of Alliance, Nebraska, excited to be back in Arnold for the best motorsports in the country.
We should point out, Dave, that the 80-mile-per-hour class is tacked up to a speed of 110, so they can't exceed 110 miles per hour. 686 is up next. That's Wayne Langenfeld and Adam Akers. This is a black 2019 Dodge Challenger, car number 686.
Had the opportunity to talk with the guys yesterday. You'll hear their interview a little later on in our broadcast.
And just like that, Dave, we've already got 3 cars out on the track. Up next is Darren Brewer and Sean Robinson in car 40, 2017 Lamborghini Hurricane. It is blue in color, car number 40.
Out of Gretna, Nebraska, Darren Brewer and Sean with that 2017 Lamborghini. He and his wife keep busy with their 4 children. They enjoy hunting, fishing, and motorsports.
And Darren and Sean are off and running. 5th car in the 80-mile-per-hour class is Blake Brown and Dane Culp, car 727. It's a 2008 Ford Mustang, silver in color, 727.
Blake Brown and Dylan with their Ford Mustang, rookie drivers, grew up in Arnold and around the Sork race, talked about racing for a couple of years. Here they are.
Our first noisemaker of the day. Car number 6, or the 6th car is car number 266. Robert Dietrich, he's going by himself here today in a red 2005 Cadillac CTS V. That is car 266.
All the way from Franklin, Tennessee in that 2005 Cadillac. Been involved in the open road race since 2018, and they love coming here.
606 is coming up next. This is Joe Hackney along with Tyler Hackney. It's an orange 2015 Chevy Corvette Z06.
Out of Kansas, they've been here for 3 SORC events until last year they brought the orange Z06. They're sharing their driving duties here this weekend.
Car 606, the Hackneys, Joe and Tyler, and they are off and running. Oh, he caught second pretty good. Car 929, Mark Ford, John Henderson. It's a blue 2003 Chevy Corvette, Z06 again, car number 929.
Out of Syracuse, Utah, they originally raced, this was a bucket list that they had, and their Army buddies originally met at Fort Bragg back in the early 1980s, and here in the Sandhills together.
Pulling up now is car 991. This is a lone driver again. This will be Scott Pandy. Scott driving a black 2013 Porsche 911 C4S. C4S. That is Scott Pandy 991.
And they have grown up in the Midwest Rust Belt and caught the car and racing bug early in life. Off they go.
Another lone driver, and boy, I hope I don't butcher this name up too bad. Justin Kalimkierian in a red 2004 Mercedes-Benz CLK 55.
Out of Lincoln, Nebraska, their second SORC event. The race was on their bucket list, and here they are. And this time they're adding the Loup as well. So this is evidently their first Loup race, Larry.
I was going to say that's a name I did not run across last year. Now we have a little bit of a gap here, as coming up next is car 290. It's a pretty Volvo that's heading up here, a 1968 Volvo 122S, red in color. It is, Daryl Lippincott and Jeffrey Bernard.
Yes, and they're out of Laramie, Wyoming. They've done some vintage racing in this car, and they're looking forward to here on this Thursday morning, going across the Sandhills on the Kirby Loop-de-Loop.
Well, and if they're out of Laramie, I got to say, go Cowboys. You know me, I'm a big Wyoming Cowboy fan, so it's good to have these guys here in the Nebraska state as they take off here, as they were teched and ready to go. They've got all their different stickers on there, and they are off. Car 429, this is Daniel Leake and Malcolm Johnson in a black 2024 Ford Mustang Dark Horse.
Out of Fort Myers, Florida, all the way from Florida. They grew up in South Florida. They've been car enthusiasts since a very young age, and they started open road racing in May of 2025. So they're taking care of that itch, that bug that they have here in the Sandhills.
And if it's still maybe a little bit foggy back in the Broken Bow, Custer County area, we've been very fortunate up here in Thomas County at Halsey that it is kind of cleared off. It's overcast, but we've got a beautiful morning. Car 92, Bob McCullough in a blue 2023 Chevy Corvette.
Bob from Lincoln. Bob has been here for well over 20 years, Larry, and one year he was suffering cancer, had some chemo treatments, couldn't come that year, and then I think the COVID year he also missed, but he comes here and he said he's going to come here as long as he can.
We are on the 14th car of the 120 cars, our first class, the 80-mile-per-hour class, and car 119 is up here. Mike Ostrander and Molly McLeod, they're in a red 2016 Cadillac CTSV.
Their first trip to the Sandhills Open Road Challenge has been on their bucket list for years. They completed the Silver State Classic in 2024. Here they are now in the Sandhills.
Coming up next, car 89, riding by himself is Chad Riley. Chad's in a yellow 1995 Chevy Corvette, car number 89.
And he does not have a lot to say except what a great time, period, in that 92 Corvette out of Papillion, Nebraska.
You know, sometimes, Dave, that says it all.
Yeah, sure does.
Coming up, boy, this is an old vehicle here. It says Bad Wagon on the license plate. 973, Zach Rudy and Jared Aspergen. They are in a blue 1973 Ford Torino wagon.
That is a 500 cubic inch motor that's built like a race car motor. Talked with the guys yesterday. They're excited to bring their Ford Torino wagon here to the Loup.
Yeah, they brought it. They brought the noise as well. Car 164 is next. David Sanderson and Scott Moeller. It's a gray 2024 Toyota GR Corolla hatch.
Car 164 queuing up. Beautiful car. Love that silver color. And Dave and Tim are in that 2024 Corolla. They crossed paths clear back in the 1970s at autocross and rally events, and off they go today together.
Pardon me, Dave. I was taking a sip of coffee. 164, they took off. That was David Sanderson and Scott Moeller. Now it's car 8, the Black Ball Cue Ball 8, John Schmidt, 1990 Chevy Corvette ZR1, black in color.
Well, John has been here for many, many years. Very recognizable car. And off John goes. He's out of Lincoln, Nebraska.
Car 6-3 is coming up to the start line. This is Tony Dahlman along with Terry Schneider. It's a blue 1963 Chevy Corvette. This looks really sharp.
It is sharp, and they brought it from Yulee, Nebraska. They're back for the official 20. They came back for the official 25-year, participating in the races of family, and now they're back again. Can't wait to get on the road.
We're down to the last 3 cars of the 80-mile-per-hour class. Car 7 is Kirk Sharp going by himself in a red 2015 Chevy Corvette Z6.
Kirk is out of Valentine with that Corvette, looking forward to another weekend of organized chaos here in Arnold and Callaway and Halsey, Dunning. They're looking forward to meeting all their old friends here out of Valentine, Nebraska. They know a lot of the folks anyway.
Well, one of the things we'll be saying all weekend long is the word Corvette, because there's always a lot of Corvettes here at the Loop and at the Sandhills Open Road Challenge. Car 137 getting their tires checked. They'll be pulling up to the line here pretty quick. It's Ray Long and Jenny Wynn in a red 2019 Chevy ZR1.
And Larry, they came all the way from Beaumont, Texas. They've made a lot of friends here and in road racing, period. And they love the sport for that reason. They've been road racing since 2021.
Nice looking car, the red Chevy ZR1, and they've got a nice paint job on it. American flag right next to Jenny's name here on the passenger side, and they are on the clock. One more car to go in this class, the 80-mile-per-hour class, as we are moving right along here in the Loop-de-Loop. Car 87 will be the last car to go. That'll be Jeff Giddings and Greg Nielsen. They're in a silver 2006 Chevy Corvette Z6.
All the way from Macon, and they're excited to have the opportunity to participate in their second SORC. Year one was awesome experience, so they had to come back and enjoy this all over again.
And they're still way back at having their tires checked. Now they're pulling them up to, well, now they're going to get their tires checked. They've got to take the stuffed toy off the hood. Looks like a sheep or a lamb is going to go take a ride in the golf cart.
Yep, that means likely that we're moving to the next category, correct?
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's what that means or not, but that they will be going to the next category, which will be the vintage 83 class, as soon as Jeff and Greg hit the throttle and start on down the road.
They thank all the volunteers. It couldn't happen without the volunteers. You can't say that too often. but they understand that completely. Jeff Gettings and Greg Nielsen, thanks for coming.
And they are about ready to get on the road and get going. Of course, if you're watching on Sandhills Express Live, you can see that they are on their way. And now they're going to bring the cone out, I do believe. So let's take a 30-second break and come back to the Loop here in Halsey.
Looking for insurance with local people you know and trust? The team at Farm Bureau Financial Services is here for you. Meet your local agents, Travis Hansen, Jack Lindstrom, and Lloyd Johnson. They're proud to serve the community to help protect what matters most. Your family, your home, your farm, your business, and your future. Together, they work with you to develop a personalized strategy and offer a broad range of coverage options to fit your needs. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, it's all about you and your community. Stop by 616 South C Street in Broken Bow or call 308-872-6433 today.
8:50 the time. You're listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show and live coverage of the Sandhills Open Road Challenge as we take you back live to Halsey.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you to our sponsors. Thanks to our crew here today and all the crews who are making this event possible, the Loop to Loop. From Halsey to Purdom and back. And Larry, I see a little sunshine peeking through.
Yeah, starting to feel that sunshine. And boy, I tell you what, that warms up the temperature about 2 or 3 degrees immediately. The cone is pulled, and we're going to go with the first time ever 83-mile-per-hour vintage class. Only 3 cars lined up in this one, starting with car 96, Paul Hamer and Bill Hamer, silver, 1992 Acura NSX.
And they've been racing since 2010, so they have experience to take this curvy road. They're out of Blair, Nebraska.
Also in the vintage class, and we've seen this car many a time, it's the Courtmeyers, Alan and Gary, in the red gold 1975 Datsun 280Z Coupe, car number 280.
Cool car out of Seward, Nebraska.
And the final one in the 83-mile-per-hour class, appropriately, car 83, Keith Bisson and Pat Gorecki. It's a red 1983 Chevy Camaro. Wow.
Different in the book, they also own a 63 Chevy C10, but it looks like they didn't bring that to the Loop. You might see that later. They continue to look forward to this event every year. They've made so many good friends and great memories.
You know what, Dave? I think there's more cars in this. Nope. We're going to go, I think, to, the 85-mile-per-hour class. So, Dave, again, we got an opportunity for a quick 30-second break.
All right, let's take one. We'll send it back to the studio.
The Secret Garden has something special wherever you find them. The Secret Garden trailer is at Market on the Square Thursdays with fresh produce. At their Broken Bow location, enjoy delicious lunches and refreshing drinks Monday through Saturday, plus a different $5 drink of the day every day. Head to their store west of Myrna, Friday from 11:30 to 4:30 and Saturday from 8:30 to 4:30 with inspirational and seasonal decor and gifts, along with lunches and their specialty drinks. Follow The Secret Garden on Facebook for updates or shop anytime at thesecretgardenonline.com.
You're listening to live coverage of the Loop to Loop race during the Sandhills Open Road Challenge. Back to Dave and Larry.
Thank you very much. They are delayed just a little bit. They'll separate these brackets just a little bit, and there'll be more of that a little bit later on. When the faster cars get on the track, they're going to have to leave a little bit more room. What's it looking out there like, Larry?
Well, we'll have longer delays when we get a little bit later, but we're ready to go. They're already on the clock for car number 58, Rodney Bilderback, in a 1991 Acura NSX red in color.
And you'll see 2 of those Acuras here this weekend. And we talked with Rodney yesterday. He's been here 5 times. And looking forward to this weekend.
18 cars in this class, the 85-mile-per-hour class. Second one up is car 949, Michael Durnell and Levi Durnell. They are in a gray 2019 Chevy Corvette.
All right, and they're a 3-generation team. It's all family, and it's all fun.
Got the Krugers coming up. They are Kansas City Chiefs fans, I can tell by the side. Car number 68, a red 2017 Ford Mustang.
out of Lyons, Kansas. Had an opportunity to talk to them yesterday. You'll hear them on the air before this weekend is out. They had just a blowout of last year's race due to Linda's health issues, so they could not come as planned. This is their 18th year participating, though.
Car number 91 rolling up to the start line. That's Zach Rusted along with Mike McCullough. It's a gray 2011 Audi R8, or R8. Yes, I had it right the first time.
Car number 91, you said? Is that correct?
Correct.
All right, Mike and Zach, yeah, I talked to them yesterday too. And they say it's always nice to be back in the Arnold Callaway area and Halsey and all the towns that support help make the Loop and Sork happen.
Up next is car 888, Scott Minton and Brock Minton. It's a silver 2002 Porsche 911 Turbo.
Out of Kansas City, Kansas with that Porsche, excited to be back. They're a family affair as well. The son is the navigator out of Brock Minton. And their annual trip to Arnold has become something of a tradition that they enjoy immensely.
And they are off and running. Car 117. These folks are veterans. Pred and Slava Paul in the black 2022 Mini Cooper JCW hatch.
And out of Lincoln, Nebraska, this is their 12th time that they've taken part in the Sork. And coming from their former Yugoslavians, so this is a wonderful event for them to show them what Mid-America's like.
And the Pauls are off and running on the road between Halsey and Purdom here in the Loop-the-Loop. Car 316 is next. That's Ron Schneider along with Mitch Hendricks in a pewter 2001 Chevy S10.
Out of Lincoln, Nebraska, this will be their 5th attempt at the Loop-de-Loop. And Ron and Mitch are determined to come in first. They were 3rd place last year.
And they are on the line right now, ready to go. We are almost to the halfway point of this 85-mile-per-hour class. Car 107 is next. Terry Pollard, Gary Halstead, red 2013 Chevy Corvette Z06.
Out of Wichita, Kansas, their 12th year to come to Sork, and Gary has been a navigator for the past 9 years. Gary and his wife Mary Jo have been gracious enough to come and stay with a family that they have become family with.
And after this car, we will be halfway through the 85-mile-per-hour class. 878. David Schweitzer, he is in a blue 2022 Chevy Camaro. Could be Switzer, actually.
And Dave is out of Severance, Colorado with that Camaro, and he has a very long thank you and history in his book.
Well, Dave, we're in the 308, and that brings up the 308. A couple of Andre guys, we know them well. Matt and Mike Tion in a black and white 2011 Chevy Camaro.
Well, they're great guys. Their mother's great. And we usually have a hamburger and a cold one with them after the race. Hopefully we can do that again. Everybody, if you get a chance, stop into the Double T. You'll be treated well there, and they invite you to stop in anytime.
All right, up next is the 64 car of David Wag and Marty Burkhart. It's a blue 1965 Ford Daytona Coupe.
And car number 64 is out of Waterton, South Dakota. They've been racing at Sork for many years. They always look forward to coming back to the event. Everyone is so friendly and willing to help. And they have a new car this year and hope it does well this year around.
You got to love these Daytona Coupes. They got the long front, and you're almost sitting about 2/3 the way back and sitting very low. Car 76, Barry White and Michelle White. It's a gray 2021 Audi TTRS.
Out of Kansas in that TTRS, between the community's hospitality and seeing friends they've made at Sork, the excitement of the car running down the roads this weekend never gets old, according to the Whites.
And they are up and running. Up next is car 130, Jake England, Jeff England. It's a 2024 Dark Horse Mustang. Beautiful white color with a little bit of red striping.
All right, give me that number again, Larry.
130.
130 out of Georgia with that Nova. Jeff and Jake are lifelong car enthusiasts who've raced at road racing events across the country in Corvettes, Porsche, Mustangs, and Camaros. Lots of other cars as well.
Car 14 is coming up next. It's the Hills, Mike and Julie, in a red and misty colored 2025 Chevy Corvette Ziot 6.
Out of Allen, Texas, they participated in Sork and the Loop as well. For 10 years, they enjoyed the challenge. They've been participating since 2008 and still going strong.
And I got to ask you, Dave, are you hearing me clearly? I seem to be getting some cutout here.
No, you're sounding great.
Okay, all right. It's probably on my end then. Okay, Ken Reese is up next, 364 he's in a red 2024 Chevy Corvette.
Ken is a veteran. He has been coming to us out of Las Vegas for a number of years. He's a retired USAF pilot and flies helicopters and fighters. Retired, and now he's also a high school math teacher.
We've always talked about the combination of the flyers and the ones that like to ride on, take the cars down the road in a situation like this. They just love that, that freedom. Car 264, Dave. Robert Dysert and Leland Dysert, black 2001 Porsche 996 TT.
Brothers out of Anna, Texas.
And next, 984, Jaden Jones and Braden Malsum. It's a white 2006 Ford Mustang.
And they're out of Aberdeen, South Dakota. A rookie driver this year, set to make racing debut in the Sandhills Open Road Challenge behind the wheel of that Mustang.
Yeah, most of the cars we see don't have a license plate on the front, but they've got a nice little South Dakota plate there. Our final car in the 85-mile-per-hour class here this morning is Michael Schultz and Garrett Moore, 971. It's a blue 2012 Ford Mustang Boss 302.
Out of Raymond, Nebraska, they thank everybody in Arnold and surrounding communities for volunteering time and effort and the wonderful hospitality. Their favorite town in Nebraska is Arnold because of the people.
Well, and I think, isn't Garrett kind of from Arnold?
Let's see if it says here. Doesn't show in the paragraph, but I'm not arguing with you.
Seems like I called him in sports. So
okay.
We're going to move, Dave. We're going to take a 30-second break as we get ready for the 90-mile-per-hour class.
The Garden Center in Broken Bow still has a great selection of trees ready for your yard and landscape. If you've been thinking about adding shade, beauty, or privacy to your property, now is the time to plant. You'll also find remaining flowers, unique yard art, decorative pottery, and patio sets built to handle Nebraska weather for years to come. Visit the Garden Center at 500 Thelma Street in Broken Bow, just 1 block south of Highway 2. Open Monday through Friday, 10 to 5:30, and Saturday, 10 to 2. The Garden Center, helping you make the most of your outdoor living space. The time is 9:02, currently at our studios 65 degrees, as we send you back to Halsey for more coverage of the Loop-de-Loop race.
All right, thank you very much, Brent. The Loop-de-Loop is well underway. Sun's shining through the clouds. Here's Larry Cotner.
All right, thank you very much, Dave. And I got to say a big shout out to the Thedford Rescue that is right over here to our left. Of course, they're hoping that they're not needed, but I used them a little bit. They were kind enough to go grab me a water because the voice is kind of, All right, we're ready for the 90-mile-per-hour class. Car 11, Eric Schmidt, a red 1989 Chevy Corvette, and he is already on the course.
Their 25th year that they've attended Sork out of Lincoln.
Car 712 is up next. Sid Stewart and Randy Corrigan. It's a white 2011 Ford Mustang GT350.
Out of McCook, Nebraska, they look forward to August because of Sork and the Loop-de-Loop race. They're happy to be here.
Coming up next, car 415. Tim Zimmerman and Cecilia Zimmerman. They're driving a 2014 Dodge Charger gray in color, dark gray. Beautiful looking vehicle.
Out of Sandy, Utah, Tim is a navigator. Cecilia navigates as well. And I don't know if they switch around or what the situation is, but they were car shopping when they bought this Charger on a whim, and now they're racing.
And they are off and running. A little bit of a breeze here this morning. Kind of hard to keep my grid in line. So we've got car number 996, Mike Black. He's in a red 2025 Chevy Corvette Z6.
Out of Kaysville, Utah, and they're hoping this first year participating will go well.
Up next, 206, Tracy Klinkenbeard. That's a familiar name here. Black 2002 Chevy Corvette Z6.
Out of Odessa, Texas, love coming to Arnold. First trip in Arnold as a navigator, was instantly hooked. Had to come back every year. So Tracy, welcome. Good luck. Have a safe trip.
And they are about ready to go, and they are off and running. That'll bring up our first pickup of the day. 188, James Daly and Jake Keel. It's a blue 2019 Ford F-150.
Car 188, yes, it's out of Arnold, Nebraska. Says, let me tell you something, brother. While the rest of the boys were sleeping, they were under wrenching through the moonlight, getting this car ready to go, this pickup ready to go.
You know, my hometown of Holbrook has kind of a thing for Sasquatch. They've got a Sasquatch in the window.
Okay, cool.
Car 151, Eric Drake and Kenna Drake in a copper 2017 Chevy Camaro 151, and that copper look is awesome.
And they're out of Colorado Springs, Colorado. My daughter and I are looking forward to racing that comes with this event. This is their second year at SORC. Last year was so exciting, they're back.
Car 247 is next. That's Peter Gerbrock and Rudy Gerbrock, a red 2016 Mini Cooper S. And Dave, I'm going to let you talk for just a little bit while I get my grid rearranged here in this 90-mile-per-hour class.
All right, car 247 is out of Lincoln. It's a 2009. Oh, that's car what? 277? 247. I'm sorry. Apologies. 247. Let me get the number right. Out of Rapid City, South Dakota. And they've come back because it's their favorite time of the year for visiting with folks from Blaine, Custer, and Thomas counties. They love it here out of Rapid City, car 247.
Thank you very much, Dave. And we were in the 9th car of the 38-car class, the 90-mile-per-hour class, which is by far the largest. Nick Greenfield and Mike Hanna, they're in a gray 2020 Shelby GT5.
And they're already on the road.
Yes, they are. You can hear them all the way out by the dump. Car number 148 is up. Greg Guio and Brandon Guio. They're in a blue and orange 2020 Factory 5 Type 65 Daytona.
This is a cool car. 1965 Daytona Coupe. Father and son team out of Parker, Colorado.
I think it's going to make some noise. You know, it made some noise, Dave, but it was smooth.
That sounded good.
It did. It really sounded good. Now, we're just a little bit of a delay here as car 59 is coming up. This is Kevin Hanshoe and Justin Wells in a black 2003 Chevy Corvette Z6.
And they are out of Wichita, Kansas with that Z06. Each year they look forward with anticipation of receiving that coveted green postcard in the mail. And this year was no different, and they made it back.
They just pulled up to the line. They are on the clock. Again, we are in the 90-mile-per-hour class. 38 cars in this class. This is the 11th of those 38 cars. We still have the 95-mile-per-hour class, the 110, the 105, and the 100 still to come here before they start coming back from Purdom. And Kevin and Justin are off. That'll bring car 207 to the line. Brian Haskett It's a red 2007 Cadillac CTSV.
Yeah, 2007 Cadillac out of Magnolia, Texas. The Haskett brothers are here, and they'll be co-driving 10-time SORC veterans while Brad is making his debut here.
All right, coming up to the line now, car 111. This is Lance Hawley and Brian Jaheltka in a 2011 Ferrari 458, red in color, car 111.
Civil engineer turned software developer out of University of Kansas, lives in Spring Hill, Kansas. Here for the first time his rookie year. Good luck.
Just took a sip of my Anheuser-Busch, Dave.
Good for you.
Yeah, they are providing the water.
It's noon somewhere.
Yeah, tasty water. All right, car 85 is now up here. Barry Kunkin and Toby Asplin in a blue 2024 Chevy Corvette Array.
Barry has completed 23 past SORC races and every Loup race. Very proud to say that he ran in the first SORC and the first Loup races out of Sioux Falls, South Dakota.
The Kerrs are up next. This is Matthew and Claire. They're in car 816, red 2016 Chevy Corvette Z06. It says red, but it's almost more like a plum.
9th year at SORC out of Palmer, Nebraska, and they had to miss out on the 2025 race, but are excited to be here again.
Coming up next, it is vehicle number 522. This is a 1983 Chevy C10 blue pickup, and it's driven by Ryan and Julie McFadden. Vehicle number 522.
I did talk with Ryan yesterday in the tech check. He is excited. This is his 3rd year here.
Of course, the 18 county on that vehicle, but the McFaddens pretty well known up in the Sand Hills area. Car 214, Mason McNay. It's a white 2017 Chevy Corvette.
Meadow Vista, California, all the way from California in that Corvette. And rookie driver, just someone who likes to drive fast cars and driving them at their potential.
Car 321, Jim Miller and Jenna Miller. Red 2005 Viper coming up, 321.
321 queuing up and getting ready to take onto the track here. Out of North Platte, Jim is from North Platte and has enjoyed the SORC experience the last 6 years and enjoys many road course races in Nebraska and Colorado. His daughter is with him in navigating.
All right, car 277 ready to pull up here. This is the Mooks. Andrew Mook and Jack Mook in a black 2009 Dodge Challenger.
Their 2nd year in SORC and in the Loup. Had a tremendous time in their first outing. Even though their timekeeping was atrocious, they had a good time.
Car 277, they're lined up, ready to take it on down the road. I have always liked these Challengers. And that one's out there nice and smooth. And Dave, we are halfway through the 90-mile-per-hour class.
And this is a big one.
Yep, we got a little bit of a delay here, though, as 979 still coming up to get its tires checked. So do want to remind you that they do have a meal coming up after the race as well for the drivers. And talking to Bub off the air, we saw the football players having practice this morning. He said they're the ones that put that on. They're the ones that work it. So that's why they were practicing so early.
Wow. They got up early and now they're going to feed everybody.
Yeah. Isn't that fun?
Yeah, that's great.
And I mean, that discipline, always shows us why Sand Hill Stedford always has a pretty good football team. All right, 979 is up at the line. This is Justin Morris, Bob Morris, black 2008 Chevy Corvette Z06.
Out of Kaysville, Utah. Rookie driver this time around.
They weren't messing around. They went over that hill in a hurry. Car 580. This is Matt Hubbard and Bob Murray. Silver 2026 Ford Mustang GT.
Out of Michigan in that 77. Participated in the 2005 race, had a great time, learned a lot about things here, and want to try it again.
Up next will be car 143. It'll be the Panksons, Steve and Kelly. Hopefully I didn't butcher that too bad. Gray 2017 Chevy Corvette, car 143.
And another rookie driver and a wife that is excited to be participating. They've done the Silver State Classic twice and have been to the Big Bend Open race one time, and they're excited to be here for the Loop to Loop today and the rest of the races the coming days here at SORT 2026.
Yeah, when I say something about, I always have trouble when you look at a name that's brand new. It's 10 letters and there's one vowel in it.
Well, with names, you never know.
There's a couple Y's, though, that also double as vowels. But car 143, and they are on the clock right now getting ready to go.
All right, 143 is our next car. Let me find that. That's out of Naples, Florida.
Nope, this is the one we were just talking about, Dave.
I'm sorry.
So up next now is car 94. This is Zeke Peterson in a gray 2009 Chevy Corvette ZR1.
All right, Zeke, we've said his name many times. His 16th year at the SORC events. His wife Tiffany have 3 children, and all 3 are named after Volkswagens.
And they are off and running. That will bring next car 48. This will be Denny Powell. He's going to be going by himself in a silver and black 2019 Chevy Corvette Z06.
Denny's out of Wichita, Kansas, and to all the organizers, volunteers, and communities, thank you from Denny from Wichita. This is a treat. His 17th year running in the SORT.
And car 462 is coming up next. This is the Raiders, Jason and Kate. Orange 2012 Ford Mustang.
And they're out of Lincoln, and the name Big J Raider because he likes to go fast, and he's tried literally all speeds in his car. Now this year he's going to try to go 200 miles per hour. I'm not sure where, but he's going to try.
Well, he might be in the shootout this week. Who knows?
Could be.
That's tomorrow. All right, car 747. Bill Mishnick, Casey Richards. It is a gray 2007 Porsche Cayman.
And they're out of Omaha in that Porsche. They are thrilled to be here. This is their 11th year that they've been here. And in the past, they brought an Audi.
Car 903 is next. Familiar names, Michael and Alan Sabatka. Silver 2000 Chevy Camaro.
Out of Valparaiso, Nebraska, and these brothers grew up there, and this duo has raced several times here, and Mike has been volunteering as a course worker as well, and they look forward to returning to Arnold and having fun here, and they thank everybody for what they do.
Lots of stickers on that vehicle, including the 95.3 KBBN sticker.
I like it.
Official voice of SORC, and happy to be here at the Loop the Loop with you this morning. Car 410 is up next. Tony Kalaskis and Blaine Spindlow. They are in a white 2017 Ford Focus RS.
Came all the way from Utah, Kaysville, Utah, and they are an accomplished open road racing team. They've been running in Nevada for years. They're looking forward to this challenge in Nebraska.
And, we've had quite a few drivers from Utah. And, of course, you would imagine that would be an ample place for good road racers.
Yeah, they have long stretches of highway there.
And they are on the clock and ready to go as we continue here in the 90-mile-per-hour class. Steve Tosca and John David next in car 376.
It's a silver 2009 Chevy Corvette ZR1.
And Steve is a paintless dent removal professional for 24 years and a lifetime car gearhead. This will be his 11th year to this amazing event, and so happy to be back.
Seeing a lot of these ZR1s and Z06s, a lot of Corvettes. The most popular car here this weekend. Car 74 coming up next. Chad Van Buskirk and Josh Sindrell in a gray 2008 Audi RS4.
They're back from Sioux Falls, South Dakota, returning for a second year. They learned a lot last year, and they're hoping to improve, and they'll be waiting for you at the finish line.
And they are about ready to take off. I can already hear the next car bubbling a little. 189. This is David Wallace and Joe Franzen in a black 1969 Chevy Camaro. And I think this one might make a little noise as it goes.
It will. I heard it yesterday.
We'll just sit back and listen as they take off. Got second pretty good. 757 up next. This is Alexandra Wolf. She's going by herself in a silver 2023 Mini Cooper JCW.
Out of Wichita, Kansas. Her sister and her have been racing since 2023 in that Cooper, and they attend as many races as they can. They love this area. They've actually raced the Mini and won several European races.
Dave, we're down to the final 6 cars of this class. I haven't figured it up, but we've easily got to be over the halfway point of these vehicles going out here from Halsey to Purdom.
Well, the weather is beautiful. The sun has come out. The breeze has went down just a little bit. The track is dry. It's all good.
Temperature is pretty good too. I mean, it's a good morning for this race. And right now we've got a little bit of delay waiting on car 777. That'll be Connor Long and Leah Axement in a white 2024 BMW, as they are now getting up to having their tires checked.
And they come to us out of Bloomfield, Colorado. For years, they've been in love coming to Arnold and participating in Sork and the Loop. And they've been able to drive these roads that are such a unique experience. It keeps them coming back for more. Their parents, Leah and Dan, have been racing with Sork for many years. I think most of you will remember those two folks have been here from the very early years.
And they are still a little ways from the start line. They're still kind of inspecting the vehicle. Again, they are the 33rd vehicle in this 90-mile-per-hour class, by far the biggest of all the classes. The 95-mile-per-hour class will be coming up. That usually has got quite a few, too. Again, car 777, 2024 BMW white in color, and they are on the clock as they count them down here on the road to Purdom from Halsey, Nebraska.
Really get nice out there now. The sun is really warming things up. Beautiful day.
Here comes car 128. Christopher Poole and Job Gomez in a white 2002 Ford Mustang GT.
Bringing the car up from Lexington, Nebraska for another year of Sork. All they can say, it's a blast, a great time and great people. Thanks to all the people behind the scenes that make it happen each and every year.
And one of the shorter drives of all the vehicles here. Up to the line now is a 4-door. This is 877. David Glanzer and Teresa Knutson in a white 2016 Cadillac ATS-V.
Came all the way from Hartford, South Dakota. This is their second year attending the Sork event, and this is by far the best race event they've ever been to, and they've been racing in lots of different places. This one they say is the best.
And you know, if you didn't see the number on the side, you wouldn't think of that one as a race car. 442, Travis Honeyman and James Schultz in a silver 2015 Chevy Corvette.
442 out of Cambridge, Nebraska, third year racing here. They've had a great time doing it, meeting a lot of new people and making good race friends, and they're ready to go.
Good old Furnace County. All right, here is one of our hybrid vehicles, one of two in the race today. 27 is the vehicle. Sean Smetter and Dan Rohrbach in a orange 2024 Lamborghini Revolto.
Sean is a Nebraska native and longtime racer. During his time off motorsports, he spends time developing and building. What a car! Woo!
Up next and the last car in this class is 301. Jack Martin, Scott Martin in a silver 1996 Chevy Camaro.
Out of Hutchinson, Kansas, formerly a drag racer in the NHRA and began road racing clear back in 1980. He's held his national license and raced in many different types of races, but he loves the people of Arnold and the wonderful area here.
All right, they are off and running, and that's going to bring the cone out, and we'll take a break, 30 seconds, and we'll be back here to Halsey on 95.3.
If you've got an upgrade, remodel, or new construction project on your mind for the year, now is the time to get it scheduled with Duda Plumbing. Scott and Colton specialize in remodels, new build plumbing, and advanced sewer video inspections. They provide friendly, reliable service to Broken Bow and nearby communities. And yes, they can handle septic plumbing when you need it. Plan ahead and get on the calendar today with Duda Plumbing, where they do the plumbing.
9:26 the time. You're listening to live coverage of the Sandhills Open Road Challenge and the Loop to Loop race as we send you back to Dave and Larry.
All right, thank you very much, Brent. We want to thank our video sponsors. Today's video is brought to you by High Street Insurance and Financial Services, Mills Hardware and Feed, Aero Aviation, Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers, Nebraska State Bank, Ferreter Auto Parts, Trotter Service and Trotter's Woe and Go, First State Insurance, Broken Bow Auto Parts, Punchy Poppy and Arnold, A1 Auto Repair in Arnold, Power Solutions, Cobblestone Hotel and Suites, Callaway District Hospitals, along with our Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, Goldie Brothers Mortuary, and the Arnold Mullen Funeral Homes. And we'll have video of this for you all the way through this first half of the race, and then we'll have radio for you the second half of the race, where we'll tell you who's coming in and finishing up. We'll do that on radio only, and we have a lot of great radio sponsors we'll be telling you about a little bit later on.
All right, Dave, we're ready for the 95-mile-per-hour class. They take the cone off, and on the clock, on the clock is 2:85. Tom Sorrells and Jeremy Riley, Red Black 2010 Dodge Viper ACR.
And there they go. They came all the way out of Odessa, Texas.
And Dave, so Dave, coming up next is the Eckbergs. I got to get my. It's Lyle and Nick, 1965 Chevy Corvette, car 6.5. It's gonna be noisy.
It always is, and they are ready to go.
Were you saying something, Dave?
Not really. Their favorite, and I saw them pulling in yesterday and getting the car out of their trailer, and they were excited to be here.
Car 289 is up next. This is Aaron Anderson and Kendra Anderson in a blue 2017 Ford Shelby GT350.
It's been fun. There's 19th Sork out of Lincoln, Nebraska.
We've got 13 cars in this 95-mile-per-hour class. Up next, this is the fourth car of the class, 212, Gregory Erlandson and Chris Cudmore in a white 2016 Ford Mustang GT.
Out of beautiful Rapid City, South Dakota, they want to extend their thanks, heartfelt thanks to the wonderful people of all the communities and all the volunteers who make this happen.
261's going to roll up to the start line now. This is Jeremy Fox and Quentin Fox. This is a 2017 Chevy Corvette Grand Sport. It's blue in color. 261.
Their third year. They're out of Lincoln, Nebraska, still having a great time. Their son, his son, and him love seeing all the other cars and meeting new people here as well. Jeremy Fox and Quentin Fox out of Lincoln.
Car 240 is next. Jeff Gordon, Brian Gordon, and no, it's not that Jeff Gordon, but it is Jeff Gordon. A black 2010 Chevy Camaro.
Out of Wichita, Kansas. They're looking forward to another amazing event. Second time, my cousin will be joining me, according to Jeff.
And they are at the start line, ready to go. Car 69 is next. This is Zach Hagler and Heather Hagler. Maroon 2018 Dodge Challenger Hellcat.
Of course, they're from Arnold. Hagler name very well known in the Arnold area. And Zach and Heather return for their third consecutive year of racing together, continuing to showcase their passion for speed, teamwork, and horsepower.
And they are on the line and ready to go. Here comes car 314. Dave, we've seen this one before. Scott LaPointe, Kevin Duffy. It's a green 1964 Chevy Chevelle. It doesn't always look like it's a race car, but boy, can it go.
It is a race car out of Minnesota, Belle Plaine, Minnesota. Their 8th year attending SORC with their trusty Chevelle. And this is only the tip of the iceberg for them. They're going to race a whole lot more. They got plans.
We're down to the final 5 cars of this 95-mile-per-hour class. And once this is over with, we will have a little bit longer break because we'll be jumping to the 110-mile-per-hour class. So we'll need to take a little bit longer time between the classes because of the 15-mile-per-hour difference in speed. All right, coming up to the line, car 25, Leroy Uhrig and Chad DeFries in a white-blue 2008 Ford Shelby GT500.
Out of Pierce, South Dakota with that Shelby. They love small American towns in central Nebraska. They've learned to love them. Part of this family gathering each year, and they love coming here, and they hope that they'll do well again this year, but mostly they're going to have fun.
And they are off and running. That'll bring up car 133. This is Joe Wolf and Alex McGill in a black 2016 Chevy Corvette Z06.
All right, 133 Joe out of Pierce, South Dakota with Liz Franzen, who also gets a ride today. Joe in another car, Liz in this car, and they're excited to do this. It's racing time again.
Car number 767, Garth Lindbergh and TJ Riggle in an orange 2010 Chevy Camaro, 767.
767, I do not believe is in the book, Larry, so we'll just have to send them off with a good luck and well wishes. Thanks for coming to the SORC. Very nice looking car.
Not sure if they're not first time drivers. I do not recall that name in the past. 545 coming up. This is Angel Salas. He is in a red 1993 Honda Del Sol.
545, where are you? There you are, out of Lexington, Nebraska. A little red Honda that can rip right down the highway. They're excited about using that 6-speed. It's supercharged and they're ready to go.
We are down to the final car in the 95-mile-per-hour class here in the Loop-to-Loop. It is car 221, Jay Hill, Kareen Hill, in a yellow 2016 Chevy Corvette Z06.
Out of Brighton, South Dakota, introduced to SORC by his friend Dan Asgamit, and so thankful he has become part of the history that's being made here. They have run the SORC for the last 5 years.
All right, and that completes the 95-mile-per-hour class, and the cone is back out. Again, the next class is 110, so we're going to take a little longer break this time around, Brent. We'll take a 3-minute break and come back and see where we stand at that point.
All right, guys, thank you very much. 9:34 is the time. For those of you listening on the radio, we are going to break away from our simulcast at this time. So Jack will take over. We'll send you back to regular programming on KCNI radio. If you want to continue to listen to the race, we'll continue with coverage on KBBN 95.3 FM.
Anderson Auto Tech is ready to serve you Monday to Friday, 8 to 6, West Highway 2, Broken Bow, just off the curve. Dave and his crew pride themselves on doing the work you need done right while being honest and showing care for your vehicle. For personalized small-town service you won't find anywhere else, head to Anderson Auto Tech. With technology and custom fabricating at their fingertips, they can handle what other shops can't. Anderson Auto Tech in Broken Bow.
The Open Road Challenge is here, and the Highlander is ready for the fun. They'd love for you to stop in for good food, cold drinks, and live music throughout the weekend. The stage belongs to John Victory on Thursday night. Then, on Friday, it's strings attached. So grab your friends, relax in the Highlander's new beer garden, and enjoy a great weekend of food, music, and racing excitement. Visit the Highlander in Arnold.
John Farley here with Lashley Land Recreational Brokers. If you've been thinking about selling your land with recreational potential, now is the time. The first cooler day in early fall every year makes our phones ring off the hook with hunters looking for their dream recreational property. Call me, John Farley, at 308-530-7854 to discuss the possibilities of what your land might bring, and you might be shocked. Or check us out at LashleyLand.com.
Proud to support the exciting road racing action of the Sandhills Open Road Challenge. Mills Hardware in Arnold. They have 350 feet of strong, reliable, consistent Milwaukee tools that they want you to see. 3 aisles of Milwaukee tools that lead the industry in durability and performance. They are proud to be the area's premier Milwaukee connection at Mills Hardware in Arnold. Happy to support the Sandhills Open Road Challenge Race Week.
At Reed's Food Center in Arnold, they're proud to have served the Arnold community for over 40 years. They're proud to keep local dollars in Arnold, offer the best selections at low prices, and embody small-town friendliness in everything they do. From catering, custom meat cutting, seasoning, and tying roasts, to carrying your groceries to your car, Reed's Food Center in Arnold, proud sponsors of Sandhills Open Road Challenge action. Like their Facebook page or visit reedsfoodcenter.com.
When you need towing or transport, it often comes at a time that you didn't see coming. That's why Trumbull Repair and Towing Service offers it 24/7. So when you're stranded and need emergency roadside assistance, call Dan at 870-2127. Trumbull Repair offers mechanical service, welding, and mobile welding. Trumbull Repair and Towing Service, a half-mile east of Callaway on Highway 40, but serving the entire area. Call 870-2127. It is 9:37. We continue live now on KBBN 95.3 FM and KBBN.com. Our live video stream up and running as well through Sandhills Express Facebook and YouTube as we are covering the Loop-to-Loop race as part of the Sandhills Open Road Challenge. Let's go back to Halsey with Dave and Larry.
All right. Thank you very much, Brent. Brent, as you know, Jeremy Shipe is kind of an electronical genius. So I have a screen here inside the school at Halsey that I can watch just like the folks are watching out there. Pretty cool, huh? So today I want to especially thank Sandhill Sutton's Speed and Supply for the video broadcast. I missed them earlier, so I wanted to kind of point out that they're part of our video broadcast today, which will take you through the first round. And also want to thank our gold sponsors for the radio broadcast, Anderson Auto Tech in Broken Bow, Mills Hardware and Feed in Arnold, and Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers, and WinQuest Incorporated. Silver sponsors, Reed's Food Center, Trumbull Repair and Towing, Rain Dance Repair, Trotter Service and Trotter's Blow and Go, Grazer's Bar and Grill, Punchy Poppy, A1 Auto Repair, the Highlander, Callaway District Hospital with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics. We also have some bronze sponsors, Fixed Right Auto Body, Arnold Insurance Agency, South Loop Community Pharmacy, First Aid Insurance, Hunter's Towing and Repair, and State Farm Insurance. Looks like they're getting ready to go, Larry.
Yep, we're getting ready for the 110. The cone is off, and we're going to start off with car 811, Mark Kapner, in a blue 2019 Chevy Corvette ZR1. And Dave, before you describe it, I want to tell you how many cars you think in this 1 hour time period we've gone through.
A lot, but I'm not sure how many.
100.
Wow, that's amazing.
And Kapner is off and running as we are down to the final 20. There's 8 in this class, 4 in the 105 and 8 in the 100. And car number 12 is up next. Ted Hughes and Joe Schoen in the gray 2024 Chevy Corvette.
Of course, those are familiar names. Those names have been a part of SORC for a long, long time. But they make it through all the races, 25th anniversary without any major issues. Just shows you how the SORC board has figured out how to make the event like clockwork, as you just mentioned, Larry. And Ted and Joe would like to thank everybody for the work that's put in to make this thing run so smoothly.
A couple of guys that really have been a part of it all 25, or was it 26 years now?
26 today,
yeah. And of course this is the halfway point from that, the 13th Loop to Loop race. And they are getting ready to crank it out. And off and running. Again, the 110 class, the highest speed, and they are tech to go as high as 140 miles per hour on this road from Halsey to Purdom. Car number 3 is up next, Brian Chandler and Shane Cool in a blue 2010 Dodge Viper.
And of course, Shane is an Arnold guy, and Brian comes from Scotts Bluff, and they've teamed up before and worked together very nicely, love racing together. Between arguing over navigation and ignoring speed suggestions, they get along pretty good.
Yeah, and Shane, a number of years, ran the Sandhills Open Road Challenge, was kind of the head dog there for a while.
He was for a number of years in those early years.
Yep, and so they are ready to go here in the car number 3, the 2010 Dodge Viper. I can't imagine its speed's almost 140 on this road.
I would get out and honestly just throw up. I mean, that's got the centrifugal force and everything going those corners. Got to be crazy.
We got an emergency. It's 911. Jason Walsh and Chris Rutten, red 2026 Chevy Corvette Z06.
Out of Kearney, Nebraska, not a long drive. If they drove it, it's that beautiful Viper. They thank all the volunteers to make this event possible. They could not do it without your help. They love coming to see friends and fellow racers. Their wish list is, been fulfilled to a certain degree, but they hope they can come for many, many more years. They're a solid novice that loves to go fast and take chances. So thank you very much, and thanks to the board members. We haven't mentioned the board so far today, so thank you, Jason, for mentioning that. There's a board that works year-round on this event.
Should point out, too, Dave, that with this higher speed class, you may notice we're not quite sending out the cars quite as fast. We're giving them a little bit more time in between. And as car 911 is gone now, car 77, here's a familiar name, Dan Axcomet. He is in a yellow 2016 Chevy Z06.
And Dan is out of Colorado, Broomfield, Colorado, and he's been coming here for many, many years. Since 2003, he's been coming to SORC and racing with his friends. He's also made many new friends coming to Arnold and surrounding communities, and they thank Arnold and all their volunteers. And I kind of been with this race for a long time, Larry, and I remember Dan being one of the early racers and kind of making me feel comfortable trying to describe things, and he was just a big help to, when we started covering the SORC races, it was me. I was doing it with a recorder, and then we went with a bag phone, and look at what we're doing today.
Yeah, I mean, we were talking about the computer that we tap into, but all the video, we didn't dream of that.
No way.
Back in 2000 when this all started. 112, another familiar pair of names here, the Helgies. Jared and Matt in a gray 2009 Chevy Corvette Z06. car number 112.
All the way from Fort Wayne, Indiana. There's no better place, according to the guys, than Arnold, especially the second week of August. He says, my uncle Matt Helge will help navigate again this year, and they're excited to see their friends and look forward to another great weekend. Can't say enough thanks to the Sork board and all the volunteers. And they say this is truly a family each and every year. It's a reunion.
It really is. I mean, you know, we look down the grid and we see all these familiar names, and they're back more and more every year. They get involved in more and more of it. Car 426 is up next. This is the Jones. You got to see if anybody can keep up with the Joneses. Doug and Daniel, they are in a blue 2017 Ford Mustang GT.
A dad and son team out of Ipswich, South Dakota. They've been participating in the Sandhills Open Road Challenge for the past 9 years. This year they returned to the race behind the wheel of their 2017 Ford Mustang, ready to take on the challenge once again. Doug Jones is the owner of a small trucking company and also runs the family farm alongside his son. So they work together a lot, makes for a good team on the road. Doug and Daniel Jones, car 426.
And they are one of the last vehicles. It'll be the second to last vehicle in this fastest class, the 110 mile per hour class here at the Loop to Loop. Of course, this weekend is just busy. The first event of the whole weekend. Got the shootout tomorrow and the official Sandhills Open Road Challenge for Saturday. And so far, the forecast looks pretty good.
It looks real good. And maybe Saturday a little bit hot, mid to late afternoon, but if everything goes well, could outrun even the heat on Saturday.
Last car in the 110 will be car 26, Daniel Whipple and Matt Christensen. They're in a 2014 Nissan GTR, blue in color.
Out of Littleton, Colorado, the Sandhills Open Road Challenge, according to the guys, has become the event that gives them excitement for both months in advance and after each year. Not only for me, but my wife, daughter, and good friend and co-driver Matt Christensen all feel like life slows down for a few days each year when they spend time getting away from Denver to the Sandhills.
All right, and we'll take a quick 30-second break as we get ready for the 105 class. Well, wait a minute. We're going to wait and see. I don't think they're going to put the cone out because we're going to a slower class. So we'll keep it right here as we transition to the 105 class. Car 15, Kelly Bork and Ryan King in an orange 2019 Chevy Corvette.
Out of Boyden, Iowa. They say they always have a blast when they participate in this incredible event with so many amazing people. It must be said that the people of Arnold and the surrounding area are so welcoming and do so much work for this event, and they are excited to be here. They say have fun and be safe.
Tell you what, Dave, look on your screen. Look at the color scheme on this beautiful 2019 Chevy Corvette.
That's nice with the color combination there and the black wheels. Looks really good.
They are off, and that will bring up car 343. Again, we're in the 105 mile per hour class. There's only 4 vehicles in this one. Jeremy Gosson is going by himself. He's in a silver 2001 Chevy Corvette Z06.
All right, car 343 out of Papillion, Nebraska. They are truly delighted to participate again this year. Driving out of Papillion, they are excited all the way down the road to get here. They also participate in other events across the country, the Big Blue Mile event and others. But a huge thank you from Jeremy to all the organizers.
And they are lined up waiting for these. Okay, down to the official countdown. Again, in these faster classes, they're giving them a little more time in between. One, because it'll take a little longer to slow down.
Yeah.
And I had to wait to get that one out. Didn't expect that one coming from the vehicle. 669 is next. This is Ron Miller and Robert Miller. They're in a black 2007 Ford Shelby GT500.
Out of Byers, Colorado. This will be their second year here at Sork and for the Loop, and they've been participating in other autocross, club racing, drag racing, and all sorts of racing for 10 years. This year they're planning to bring 2 cars, the Shelby that you're looking at and a 2007 GT500 for the mile shootout. So they've got another car that they're going to be showing us on Saturday.
And that's isn't that great? You know, they get to have a one vehicle for one race, another one for a different one. And I guess if they wanted to, they could put both in the shootout, right?
They could, yeah. They could.
All right, car 20, the last car in the 105 class. This is a familiar name, and it's the best racing name of the bunch. Tommy Dale Vines, along with Marcia Graves, black 2007 Chevy Corvette Z06.
Out of Eagle Butte, South Dakota, 24 years ago, Tommy says, well, I guess this is the wife says, my husband Dave and I attended the Black Hills Corvette Rally where we ran into 3 guys pitching the new event in Sandhills in Nebraska. They were Bruce Younglove, Joe Schoen, and John Smith. And they were pretty convincing. So here they are, car number 20, queuing up for another race here in the Sandhills. And we thank you, Tommy Dale Vines, for being here, and Marcia Graves as well.
And they are about ready to go. I saw Bub put his fingers in his ears, so I knew we were going to get a little noise here. All right, 100 mile per hour class is up, and that is the final class of the day, as they'll be heading for Purdom. And then again, once all the vehicles are back up to Purdom, they'll realign them and send them on back this way. So let's see, 100 mile per hour class, 529 is up first. Chad Christensen, Aaron Wells, blue 2011 Chevy Corvette Z06.
529 is out of Lincoln. They thank Arnold for having him back again for the 26th running of the Sandhills Open Road Challenge. Back again with his old college buddy, Mr. Stopwatch himself. I'm sorry, that's pretty good. Thank you to all the volunteers and board members for putting this event on in Arnold and surrounding communities. Such an amazing event. Be safe, drive fast, have fun, and start with a bar tab.
All right, car 428 is up next. This is Sam Burgess and Mason Burgess, white 2020 Ford GT500.
La Cruces, New Mexico is their home. They brought it all the way here with just a simple sentence. My wife will love that I put this picture in for her to look at every time she gazes up on her Aussie Doodle, Shelby, and her dad. So thank you very much. Have a safe trip. Have fun. Car 428.
Again, we've just got a beautiful morning going on here for this. The wind's even kind of dipped down a little bit, Dave. There's a slight breeze, but boy, I tell you what, it's just a gorgeous morning for this activity.
Yeah, and the sun's kind of taking that humidity out of the air. The cars should be running at top peak with the cool air.
All right, up next will be car 311, but it's sitting at the back and might be coming off the line. Yep, it's going to be coming off the line for some reason. And so up next, it looks like it's going to be, in 311, by the way, is James Lockhart with a yellow 2023 Chevy Corvette Z06. Not sure why they've asked him to go to the side, but that'll bring up car 333, Michael Rasmussen in a 1995 BMW 318 Ti. It's white in color.
Cool little car out of Plattsmouth, Nebraska. They're returning for their 8th year to compete in the Loop-to-Loop and Sork races, and they're excited about the 1 mile shootout as well. As in the past, they'll be driving that 95 BMW in both the Loop-to-Loop and Sork.
That'll bring up car number 187, Dustin Sabatka, Todd Schneider. It's a black 1996 Chevy Camaro.
All right, let's find 187 and find out a little
And
bit.
it's a Z28.
Nice looking Z28. And throw me that number again.
187.
187. There we go. A Nebraska car. They've been part of SORC since 2007. They previously drove a white 94 Camaro, but went off the road, and so they've got this car back. And it didn't slow them down any. They're back with that car to get out on the track. They always look forward to returning to Arnold every year because of the people, atmosphere, and racing, which makes the event a really great experience. Thanks to all who helped make this great year after year.
And they are on the line, and they are off and running. We are down to 3 cars, maybe 4 if they let 311 back in. Car 24, Jack Schmidt and Jake Schmidt. 2007 Chevy Corvette, black in color.
Out of Willow Lake, South Dakota. Their 6th year along with Jake as navigator, competing in the SORC and Loup de Loup, and they always enjoy returning to the Sandhills, Arnold, and surrounding communities. The whole family attends. It becomes a mini vacation each year, and they're looking forward to seeing old friends and making new ones. Car number 24.
Jack Schmidt and Jake Schmidt. And again, they're driving a 2007 Chevy Corvette, black in color. And they are on the countdown now to head themselves to We should point out, Dave, that all these vehicles have to have certified passes of runs on this course by 6 o'clock on Wednesday night ahead of the race before they can actually enter this race.
Which is a great idea.
Yeah, because you and I have been on that road.
Yeah, it's crazy curvy.
Yeah, so you got to know what you're going to not only know what to do, but what to expect. Car 2-3 is up next. Les Steinoff and A.J. Rampt, a couple of familiar names. 2022 Chevy Corvette Stingray. It's silver in color.
Beautiful car out of Montero, California. And they've been coming here, as you said, Larry, for a long time. This is their 19th year, and they've brought so much joy with them, and when they drive home, even more, because the people of Arnold hold them a special place in their hearts, sharing the town and road with them, and they are looking forward to getting down the road.
All right, a little bit of a hold up here. Bub's going to check something out over on the passenger side. So,
well, again, we haven't talked about it too much because things have been running so smoothly, I suppose, but it's all about safety with this event and all the events, because they want everybody to have a good time. They don't want them bending fenders and even worse, rolling over and that sort of thing. It happens in racing. You're going to have that happen. We've had it happen before, as most people who follow this know, but with the amount of cars that run during these next few days, the amount of accidents is a low percentage because of all the precautions that the officials take for the safety of the drivers. And it looks like they've got things checked out there.
Yeah, and now they're on the clock and ready to go. And we've got one more car lined up, and we still look over here at 311 off to my left, and out in front of you guys in the school. He's got his helmet back on, so it'll be interesting to see if he won't still go down the road.
Yeah, they may check something out and are going to let him back in, hopefully.
They're looking at a lot of different stuff on that vehicle. But right now, as it stands, 186 is the last listed one in this class, 100-mile-per-hour class. This is Brent Culp, Heidi Culp, in a purple 2019 Dodge Challenger, car 186.
And R.T. Green had this car when he first started racing, I believe, or had it anyway during some of the races. And R.T. got another car, and he worked a deal out with Brent and Heidi so they can be racing here in the SORC races. And R.T., of course, a racer that eventually moved to Arnold after coming here. And this was originally his car, and now they get to drive it on this wonderful Thursday late morning.
And they are on the countdown to head on down the road. And Bub looks like he's going to head on over there and talk with the folks over by the 311 vehicle and see the driver for that vehicle, James Lockhart, does have his helmet on, so we may see him go on down the road yet. But they're going to have a little bit of discussion, and we'll see what happens here.
Well, they certainly want to get them on the track if all the safety precautions are met, simply because they know these people put a lot of money, time, and effort to get here and travel and so forth. So looks like he's turning in the right direction.
Yeah,
Eric.
I was going to say, it looks like they're going to get him lined up. And you know, the safety precautions are there for a reason. And if you're the Loop people and the Sandhills Open Road Challenge folks, you really just can't have any exceptions to that.
Yeah, they're doing the right thing, but James is probably smiling right now. I get to go. And
yep.
He drove from Lincoln to get here with that Z06, his third year at the races.
Probably didn't think he'd be last.
Probably not, but I bet he's okay with that.
James Lockhart, 311, yellow 2023 Chevy Corvette Z06, and he is on the clock, and that's good to see here in this 100-mile-per-hour class.
It's hard not to notice that bright yellow and the shape of that car. Really match up nicely.
This is the final vehicle to go out. And Dave, this is my 13th, your 12th. I don't recall us going so quickly through the lineup, and it's longer than any other loop-to-loop race.
Yeah, they really have run it smoothly. The drivers are doing what they've been asked to do out there. Go fast, but know that the corners are treacherous and not get too carried away.
Bob just yelled at me. He says, "You probably just jinxed it." Don't jinx it.
Yes, well, there is something to that.
He hadn't left yet.
There is
now
something
he's
to
left.
Yeah.
And they're not to the other end yet either. That's probably one of the things. And, you know, now that, and I thought of this after the 100, and I was going to bring it up, and I thought, no, I'm not going to jinx things right now. But they were talking about the possibility, you know, if you would have an accident, I have to go up and check a vehicle. They were talking about, and it makes sense, me being in the old 911 days, how they were, you know, they said how you would normally respond as you're going to a vehicle accident or something like that. You'd have 10 to 15 minutes of thinking of how you're going to approach and what you're going to do. But they were telling these folks, you know, you're there. So you're going to be there within 2 minutes at the latest. So be mindful of what you're going to be doing before you even have to do it. And, you know, that's, nobody thinks about that all these EMTs and firemen have to also change their strategy and speed up their timing.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm glad you kind of tapped into that for the meeting. And I'll go back to Gary Patterson meeting that I kind of eavesdropped on a number of years ago when it was the over-the-road race. And I always bring this up because it really stuck in my mind. These guys have to learn to drive two different tracks because it's a totally different set of circumstances going one way and then coming back the other. The curves go the other way. The bank is different than what they experienced on the way over. That's why they make them drive it at least several times before they, you know, go out and go fast. But Gary, you know, explained, you got to remember that when you turn around, come the other way, you got to reset your mind to a whole new situation. And I'm sure the guys are doing that. And all the volunteers will go out and reset, and they'll get ready to come back the other way. So I wanted to kind of pass along some information here that Jeremy provided, because these guys are trying, the guys and gals are trying to get a trophy out of this, some bragging rights. This is a 12-mile stretch of highway between Halsey and Purdom, and there's 7 speed classes. And here are some of the past records that Jeremy looked up for us for the South Loop. Last year, the 80-mile-per-hour, the winners were Jared and Debbie Beam, and they were only 0.094 off the target. The 85-mile-per-hour class was Mike Black. He was 0.030 off and won. And the 90-mile-per-hour class was Eric Schmidt and Mike Puchala, and they were 0.348. I don't know how they do that. 95-mile-per-hour class last year was won by Tom Sorrells and Gina Sola, and they were about a half second, I believe, off, or a little less. The 100-mile-per-hour class was Chad Christensen and Aaron Wells, 0.066. And the 105 class was Kelly Bork and Ryan King at .304. And the 110 mile per hour class last year was won by Mark and Scott Kapaner with a 1.086. So that's what these folks are going to try to do on the leg back, is match it as closely as they can to the target speed. And they have to average that out between one way over and one way back. And it's pretty amazing that they get that close.
Yeah, it just blows my mind that they get that close. One of the first times I ever saw the target speeds, I'm going, and somebody one time, I can't remember, and it's probably happened more than once, but dead center, right on it,
Yeah.
or just 100th of a second off. And, you could be in second place and only be 0.03 of a second off of your target. I mean, it's just that close in this competition.
Yeah, it's amazing. The speeds they go, the curves they go around, and the acceleration and deceleration that they have on this track, and also, of course, on Saturday as well on the Open Road Challenge. And then, of course, on Saturday you have the half mile and mile south of Callaway, and a lot of these speeds for the half mile now are 160, 170 miles an hour at top speed. So it's unbelievable what these cars are able to do, and the drivers can, harness that power and make it work for them. We're going to take a 3-minute timeout, and we'll come back. And we got some things we want to talk about when we come back, run down some schedules and talk about a few things. So 3-minute timeout, Brent, and bring it back to us then, if you would, please.
Napa know-how.
Racers know that performance cars take a lot of TLC. To run efficiently, they need clean oil maintained by a quality filter. That's why so many drivers trust Napa Gold filters. You may not drive a Corvette at speeds averaging 120 miles an hour, but your grocery getter still needs the same care. Lucky for you, Winquest is having their fall filter sale September 1st through the 12th. Whether you drive a Mustang or a minivan, we've got you covered. Here's to a safe and successful sort from Winquest Incorporated, Broken Bow.
Your health close to home. At Callaway District Hospital and Medical Clinics, they are committed to bringing high-quality care right to our community. From trusted family medicine to specialty services like cardiology, orthopedics, general surgery, podiatry, and wound care, they're here for you. The Callaway District Hospital invests the latest diagnostic and treatment technology so you don't have to travel far for the care you need. Enjoy the excitement of SORC from the Callaway District Hospital and the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics.
Rich Runlet with Rain Dance Repair is proud to support the Sandhills Open Road Challenge and the dedicated individuals who have continued to bring it to our community for over 25 years. Rain Dance Repair is your local source for suck-up rain bins and Beehive Smart Pivot monitoring systems. Whether you need bin repairs, updated augers, or a complete system upgrade, Rich has you covered. Curious about the latest Beehive technology? Call Rich at 870-4455. Rain Dance Repair is your local ag connection you can count on.
Trotter Service is your hometown auto repair and tire shop. Proud to support the Sandhills Open Road Challenge. Whether it's a new battery, brakes, alignment, or any other repair, they have the auto repair specialist to get it done right for all your vehicles. Remember, they offer bulk oil and fuel delivery and on-the-farm tire truck service too. Need to refill your ride or yourself? Stop at Trotter's Wow and Go for food, pizza, drinks, snacks, and more. Enjoy the Sandhills Open Road Challenge from Trotter Service and Wow and Go in Broken Bow.
Punchy Poppy welcomes Sork drivers and fans to Arnold. Start your day with a hearty homemade breakfast or stop in anytime for dang good burgers, refreshing cold drinks, beer, wine, and spirits. While you're there, shop their selection of turquoise jewelry, wild rags, leather goods, western accessories, and more. Make Punchy Poppy one of your Sandhills Open Road Challenge weekend stops, or shop with them online.
Throughout the Sandhills Open Road Challenge, make Razor's Bar and Grill in Arnold one of your stops. Of course, you can expect daily lunch specials and plenty of cold, refreshing drinks. On Saturday, don't miss DJ music and karaoke with Tony's Tunes. All week long, Razors opens at 11, so join them for lunch or supper. And browse the Sork history hung on the walls while you're there. Whether you're racing, watching, or just enjoying the weekend, Razors is a great place to relax and have a blast. Razors Bar and Grill in Arnold.
10:08 is the time. Before we send it back to Dave and Larry, just want to thank all of our sponsors who are helping us with our radio coverage of today's Loop-to-Loop race from the Sandhills Open Road Challenge. Want to give a big shout-out to Anderson Auto Tech, Wenquist Incorporated, Lashley Land, Mills Hardware, Reed's Food Center, Trumbull Repair and Towing, Rain Dance Repair, Trotter Service and Wow-and-Go, also Grazer's Bar and Grill, Highlander, Punchy Poppy, A1 Auto, Callaway District Hospital, along with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, helping us with our radio coverage of today's Loop-to-Loop race on KBBN 95.3 FM, the official voice of SORC. And we send it back to Halsey now with Dave and Larry.
All right, thank you very much. Yes, we are thankful for our sponsors as well. And I was going through the book here, looking at all the sponsors that are in their program. And they have a lot of support from businesses near and far that help make this all possible. I did want to note before we got too far here that I was going through the wonderful program that they have printed up here, and the last car in the program was Mike Black, 996, that we mentioned earlier. And then over on the other page, we should note that they have a full page dedicated to Bruce Younglove. And retired number 2 is what it says at the top, with gratitude and remembrance from the Sandhills Open Road Challenge community. And Bruce was a pioneer, along with others, who got this thing going many years ago when people thought, what are they talking about? You're crazy. This won't work. And here we are right now at our 13th loop-to-loop, and that's just part of the story, right, Larry?
Yeah, it's just part of the story. I mean, it all started with the Sandhills Open Road Challenge back in 2000, and I think it was the following year, was it, that the shootout began?
I don't remember how quickly it started. It wasn't too long after the first one. You know, those years kind of run together after a while.
The very first year they had what they called a road rally, because I started that. I mean, I was the guy that started them.
Oh, yeah.
Back in Broken Bow over to Arnold. But they only did that, I think, for 1 year.
Yeah, I don't remember that, I guess. I just remember going out on the road between Arnold and Dunning with a recorder and getting interviews with the spectators and trying to catch drivers. I spent most of my time, the first year I was covering the SORC, between the South Bar and the North Bar of Arnold, because that's where the drivers were. And I was recording interviews. That's all I did the first year. And then along come the analog bag phone, and we started covering it live. And then, of course, when we went for the mile shootout and half-mile shootout, we were using those bag phones digitally. And they would get us through, usually only got disconnected a couple of times during the race, and you didn't know you were disconnected. And so what did the SORC people do? They put in fiber trackside out by the 1 mile and half-mile shootout so that we could have internet to video and have better connection. So none of this comes easy, but it does take great sponsorship, and there's a lot of these great sponsors in the book. And we want to also, before we close, thank our video sponsors, because they are making video available. In just a little bit, we'll discontinue the video, but Larry and I are going to be here on KBBN 95.3 FM and KBBN.com to let you know when the cars come back, because we know there's a lot of people from far, far away listening on KBBN.com that want to know when their loved ones get back over the finish line.
Yeah, and it's kind of one of the more stranger broadcasts we have each year, Dave. At the first here, there's all these folks that are watching all these cars leaving to get out of here and head to Purdom. And then you and I switch, so I go inside, you come back out here, and I think a lot of people kind of look at you like, is that guy okay? He's just out there sitting there with a microphone in his hand and watching the cars go by, because most everybody else has left.
There's no one here except us chickens.
Yeah, it's kind of it's one of the strangest little broadcasts you see, especially if you're driving by on Highway 2 when you're coming through Halsey. But you know, we've been doing it for 13 straight years. you were talking about some of the different broadcasts. I think I only one time broadcast from the shootout, and that was with one of those analog bag phones.
Yeah.
And it barely,
it was
barely reached. And there was a lot of time it was just cutting out. And then 2 or 3 years, I helped broadcast from the start line over at Arnold, and that was always fun. And the thing about that, it kind of you think about events, smells will always take you back to events. Irrigated corn is what really kind of makes me think of that event. Just the way the fields are there's irrigation through there, and you kind of smell that. Irrigated corn smell can be easily associated with that. I don't know, Jeremy might disagree. He and Brent have been doing it for a number of years now. So
well, you get the smell of corn, irrigated corn, and racing fuel. It's quite a combination.
Yeah, and of course this is the 13th straight year here, and it's gone. I think it's gone very, very well. Of course, they've still got to come back. They've got to finish up. And it's still got a little ways to go, but we'll keep our fingers crossed.
We will. Following the Loop to Loop today, they'll have lunch here in Halsey at the Halsey Community Building, and they're going to have some tech inspection and numbers work being done yet today for the races that remain. They're going to have a first-time drivers meeting, which is mandatory at the Arnold Community Center at 4 p.m. And by the way, that tech inspection and numbers that are put on today is started at 9 a.m. and that's at the Robbie Smith shop at the farm. They'll have a drivers meeting for the drivers at 6 p.m. at the Arnold Community Building. First-time drivers at 4. They're going to have a steak supper for the drivers and navigators at 6:30 tonight at the Arnold City Park. And then they'll get rested up. And Friday, they'll have breakfast by Winfield Sweets and Eats out at the Callaway Shootout. Now, you want to get out there around 6:30 and enjoy the breakfast. The road closes for the shootout 12 miles north of Cozad on Road 421 at 7:30 a.m. or 1 mile west of Callaway, then 16 miles south on the Callaway County Road. The 1 mile shootout starts at 8, although I would say they do have some courtesy runs, but they've been reducing the number of those, so expect the racing to begin at 8 o'clock tomorrow. After the shootouts, they'll have lunch at the Callaway the Callaway Community Center put on by the Callaway Chamber. That runs from 11 a.m. until 1 p.m. Going to have a car wash by the South Loop cheerleaders at the Arnold Fire Hall from 11 a.m. until 2:30. And then the parade of cars at 2:30 tomorrow afternoon in downtown Arnold. They're going to have a car show from 3 p.m. until 4:30 in downtown Arnold. They're going to have a burnout contest. It's called Drag Race and Burnout Contest, downtown Arnold. That's at 3:30. And drivers meeting tomorrow, mandatory at 5 p.m. And the big one I think of the day is the chicken noodle dinner following the drivers meeting. That takes place at the Arnold Community Center. And then, of course, on Saturday, the road closes for Sork between Arnold and Highway 2 near Dunning at 7 a.m. The Sork race is scheduled to start at 8:30. They'll have a barbecue on Saturday night in the Arnold City Park and awards with that, and entertainment at Grazier's Bar and Grill at 9 p.m. And then the board they'll start planning for next year. You can count on that. So that's what's coming up. We have a half a race to go here. Half of the loop-to-loop has been completed. Sometimes I think we get a little bit, I know we do this with the Sand Hills Open Road Challenge. We get all the cars over to one end, and then we turn them around, and we kind of think, well, we're done. Well, these drivers have a lot of driving to do. They're half done. So we'll be here to let you know when they come in. And we're going to be discontinuing the video broadcast here in just a moment. So we want to once again thank our sponsors, which include Sandhill Suttons and Speed and Supply, Govey Brothers Mortuary and the Arnold and Mullen Funeral Homes, Callaway District Hospital, along with the Arnold and Callaway Medical Clinics, Cobblestone Hotel and Suites, Power Solutions, A1 Auto Repair, Punchy Poppy, Broken Bow Auto Parts, First State Insurance, Trotter Service, along with the Trotter Woe and Goes, Fairder Auto Parts, Nebraska State Bank, Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers, Aero Aviation, Mills Hardware and Feed, and High Street Insurance and Financial Services have all made the video available to you today, and they will also be sponsoring video on Friday and on Saturday. So thanks to those businesses, and thanks to the crew. Cadence Feldman, our video switcher today, and Jack White with the portable camera, and Jeremy Scheip helping put everything together here to make things happen on the video, and he even give us a screen inside the school, which was great, but now he's taking it away.
But yeah, I won't get to see that.
You won't
but
get
that's all right. I don't need to because there's less obstacles
now,
and later on as they come back.
All right. Well, hey, thanks everybody for watching and listening to the radio. More to come here yet on the second half of the Loop to Loop. And then the new crew will go out bright and early tomorrow and get ready for the shootout. We'll have that for you in video and radio. And, of course, the granddaddy of them all, I call it, as it's the beginning of all this, the Sandhills Open Road Challenge. For Casey and I, KBBN Radio, Central Nebraska's news source, along with Larry Kottner, we conclude the video broadcast.